The dusty air of Harmony Springs hung heavy as Jake, determined and focused, made his way through the town's winding streets. His boots kicked up little clouds of dust as he approached the local saloon, a hub of town gossip and information. Jake leaned on the bar.
Morning, Jim. Got a minute?
Jim was polishing a glass.
For you, Jake, always. What brings you here so early?
Need to ask you about Henry. Anything unusual happened the night before he... Well, you know.
Quiet night, Jake. Henry was sitting right there, nursing his usual drink. Seemed a bit preoccupied, maybe. Can't say for sure.
Preoccupied, huh? Any idea why?
Not a clue, Jake. The man kept his cards close.
As Jake continued his rounds, he discreetly questioned others in the saloon, gathering bits of information. Each conversation added a piece to the puzzle, but left the overall picture frustratingly incomplete. Jake turned to a patron.
You see Henry talking to anyone strange lately?
Nah, Jake. He was just his usual self. Drank, nodded at folks, left. Nothing out of the ordinary.
The sun climbed higher in the sky as Jake moved from the saloon to the local market, casting a warm glow on the town's activities. He spoke no to a vendor.
Henry buy anything peculiar lately?
Can't say, Jake. His usual groceries. Maybe a bit more whiskey than usual. Why are you asking?
Just trying to piece things together. Appreciate it.
Despite his efforts, Jake found himself back at square one. The town held its secrets tightly, and the clues remained elusive. As the day wore on, Jake felt a growing frustration. He returned to his ranch, reflecting on the conversations and snippets of information gathered. The shadows in Harmony Springs seemed to deepen, and Jake couldn't shake the feeling that he was missing a crucial detail. The quest for truth had just begun, and the stakes were higher than ever. In the heart of the square, adorned with lingering decorations, Emily stumbled upon subtle clues that seemed to pulse with intrigue. A crumpled note caught her attention, partially concealed beneath a bench. Unfolding the note, Emily's eyes scanned the cryptic message, hinting at a clandestine meeting and a secret that begged to be uncovered.
Shadows cast in moonlight? What in the world?
She whispered to herself. Her gaze shifted to a misplaced item, a key that seemed out of place on the cobblestone path. The puzzle pieces in her mind began to align, forming a picture of intrigue.
Jake, what have you been up to?
In the background, Emily overheard a conversation between two townspersons. Their hushed tones and furtive glances fueled her curiosity.
Did you hear about Jake? He's digging into Henry's murder.
Dangerous game. The shadows run deep in this town.
As Emily left the town square, a sense of foreboding lingered. The quaint town of Harmony Springs seemed to be concealing more secrets than Emily had ever imagined, and the unfolding mystery hinted at shadows that begged to be unveiled. The sun dipped lower, casting long shadows as Emily made her way to Jake's ranch, determined to find him and discuss the mysterious clues she had stumbled upon in the town square. The dusty trail crunched beneath her boots, and a gentle breeze carried the scent of the prairie. As Emily approached the ranch, she noticed that the door was slightly ajar. A sense of apprehension gripped her, but she pushed the door open, calling out,
Jake, you here?
To her surprise, it wasn't Jake who greeted her, but Sarah, who was tidying up the small living space. The room held a quiet melancholy, and Sarah's eyes revealed a depth of sorrow that mirrored the shadows lurking over Harmony Springs.
Emily, what brings you here?
I was looking for Jake. Thought he might be here.
He's not. He went into town. Something about the investigation.
Investigation?
He's trying to piece together what happened to Henry. Jake and Henry, they had history.
What kind of history?
Complicated. They were close once, like brothers. But then something happened, something that tore them apart. Jake doesn't talk about it much, but I can see the pain in his eyes.
And now with Henry gone.
It's like a wound that never fully healed. You see, Henry wasn't just the mayor to Jake. He was family. And family can hurt you the deepest.
I had no idea.
Jake has been through a lot. Losing Henry has stirred up old wounds. And now with this investigation, it's like reopening a chapter he wanted to keep closed.
I understand now why he's so affected by all this.
Jake talks about you, you know.
He does?
He admires you, Emily. Thinks the world of you. In all the chaos, you're the calm he finds. Maybe you can help him heal, even if just a little.
As Emily absorbed the weight of Sarah's words, the the bond between her and Jake seemed to deepen. The shadows of the past loomed large, but perhaps, together, they could find a way to navigate the intricacies of grief and unravel the mysteries that had long haunted the quiet town of Harmony Springs. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over Harmony Springs as Jake, consumed by thoughts of the investigation, made his way to Emily's place. The rhythmic crunch of gravel beneath his boots seemed to echo the weight of the burden he carried. Unbeknownst to Jake, Emily was not present, but a determination to confide in her simmered within him.
Gotta tell her. She's involved now, whether I like it or not. Sharing information might help us get to the bottom of this mess. But how do I keep her safe and involved at the same time?
As he approached Emily's door, Jake's internal dialogue continued, a silent conversation with himself.
Can't reveal everything, not yet. She's got that inquisitive spark, but the less she knows, the safer she is. There's a killer in town, and I won't let them get to her.
He paused, taking a deep breath before knocking on Emily's door. The decision to involve her in the investigation weighed heavily on him, a delicate balance between protecting her and unraveling the shadows that had enveloped Harmony Springs. The evening settled over Harmony Springs as Emily made her way home, her mind still swirling with the clues she had uncovered. Unbeknownst to her, Jake stood near her doorstep, knocking with a sense of urgency. As they passed each other, the air carried a subtle tension, a fleeting moment that held the potential for collaboration, yet remained shrouded in the irony of their parallel investigations.
Evening, Emily. Everything all right?
Evening, Jake. Just been out and about. What brings you here?
Oh, just checking in. Town's a bit unsettled after, well, you know.
Withholding his information.
Yeah, it's been strange. If you find out anything, you'll let me know, won't you?
Of course, Emily. You take care now.
They exchanged brief pleasantries, the weight of unspoken information hanging between them. Little did they know, as they continued their separate paths, that the answers they sought were inches away, separated only by the timing of their encounters.